Benefits are expiring today, which is going to impact millions of low-income Americans. Also, we're briefly going to talk about the stimulus package and what we can anticipate this week. And lastly, a new poll that was just released today talking about the performance of the administration. I have all the details for you in this video, so let's get into it right now. But if you haven't done so, or if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video so you can join the #1 channel right here on YouTube dedicated to bringing you daily updates as it pertains to low income, no income, money, benefits, fixed income, stimulus packages, stimulus checks, and anything else that we can possibly get our hands on right now during this very difficult and confusing time as information is changing very rapidly with all of these announcements, proposals, amendments, reform, and everything else that is happening right now. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button right down below the video if you haven't done so yet, and let's get right into the update. One quick side note, my wife Corey will be back here in just a couple minutes with the new updated list of shoutouts for those names that are pulled right out of the fan club. If you're interested in checking that out, there's a link down below in the description and at the top of the comment section. I'll also pin a comment there, but stay tuned for that as that list is changing every single video. All right, let's get into this and talk about the latest updates. So let's talk about these benefits that are expiring today. Yeah, right? All right, something else that is coming against the low income. Just what we need right now, something else. It feels like every time we're turning around, someone's trying to get more money, take away benefits, and do all kinds of things when it comes to the low income. It's just like, when is it ever going to end? Seriously, please throw us a bone already. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's talk about these benefits that are expiring today. Hopefully they'll get extended, but who knows? All right, so since early 2020, January of 2020, we've had this public health emergency declaration that's been put in place. Well, it's been extended multiple times over the last 2 years. In fact, the last time that it was going to expire was in October of 2021, and yes, it was extended out until when? Yeah, you guessed right, until today. Well, here's the deal. That public health emergency declaration is set to expire once again today. Now, why do we care, and what does this even mean? Well, let's talk about this a little bit further. First off, it's set to expire today. Maybe they could still come out today and say, hey, quickly, before the clock turns over, let's quickly extend this thing. I've been looking all around, and I have not seen any extension on this quite yet. Maybe I'm missing it. I do look at a lot of sources every single day, and maybe I've just overlooked it. But I've looked around, and I have not seen any evidence of an extension of the Public Health Emergency Declaration beyond today. So, what does this mean, and what are these benefits we're talking about that may be expiring as of today? Well, here's what happened. Way back in early 2020, when they implemented this Public Health Emergency Declaration, they also required all states to offer continuing coverage for Medicaid beneficiaries and recipients. Well, Medicaid beneficiaries or recipients are very low-income individuals, right? Well, this is what they did. So for the last 2 years now, as long as the Public Health Emergency Declaration is put in place, all of these states are required to offer continuing coverage for these Medicaid beneficiaries and recipients. Well, as a result of that, this is offering a lot of coverage for a lot of people, millions and millions of people that are getting this coverage right now. However, if this expires, then we could see a massive disenrollment in Medicaid as a result of this because the Public Health Emergency Declaration is technically no longer in place. Therefore, it's not protecting all of these people with these benefits. So again, seriously, like the last thing that we all need right now, right? So, like I've said, previously it has been extended multiple times over the last 2 years. I would anticipate they're going to extend this out once again. Like I said, I have not seen any evidence of an extension on this. Again, I could be missing it. I've looked around. I haven't seen anything, but maybe they'll swoop in the middle of the night and say, just kidding, we're going to extend this out for another 3 months or whatever. You know, I'm not really sure, but my point is, if this does allow to lapse and that this public health emergency declaration is not extended, well, that's what we could be looking at for Medicaid beneficiaries. So again, kind of a tough situation. I could look into this a little bit more. I think I want to wait probably until tomorrow, maybe the next day, and see what happens. Because here's what happens. Historically, a lot of times when these things are about to expire, It seems for whatever reason, they come out like the next day after it's technically expired and they're like, hey, we're extending. So it's like, okay. So what I want to do is just kind of hang tight on this for just a little bit longer here. See for some reason if they come out later this evening or maybe tomorrow right away and say, just kidding, we've extended. Then we're all good to go and we don't have to worry about anything. But let me keep you posted on that as I get more details. But just want to let you know on that right now because I do know that there's a lot of you here in this community that are low income and Medicaid recipients, right? So yeah, something we've got to watch very closely as well. All right, let's quickly talk about the stimulus packages and what we can expect this week. Now here's the deal. In my last video that I just posted a few hours ago, we talked about these groups of Democrats who are reaching out to the administration saying, hello, let's be a little bit more proactive rather than always being reactive with everything going on. Now, we have that remark. We have the letters that have been sent over to the administration over the last couple of days here. We also have that new package that the administration is going to be reaching out to Congress on, and we have the Build Back Better agenda. It seems to me that this week is probably going to be pretty busy when it comes to these couple stimulus packages. We have the letters that were sent over by Democrats, we have the new stimulus package from the administration, and we have the Build Back Better agenda. I'm thinking this week is probably going to be pretty busy with some stimulus updates. Across these at least two packages. And again, remember, hanging out in the wings is that third package as well, but we haven't heard a whole lot about that recently. But again, you never know. It only takes one day, a couple minutes to come out with an update. So again, I anticipate this week will probably be relatively busy when it comes to stimulus and these stimulus updates as, you know, the whole situation, the landscape we're dealing with right now just continues to rage on and it seems to intensify almost every single day. If you've been watching it, you know exactly what I mean, right? Wow, it is pretty interesting out in the real world right now. So let's quickly talk about this new poll, which, by the way, why am I buzzing through this? Because honestly, the last few videos that I published have gotten to be really long, and I apologize. Generally, I don't like my videos to be that long. I like them to be about 10 to 12 minutes because I feel like that's kind of reasonable. But when I get into the 15 to 17 minute range, I feel like, oops, that's a little bit too long. So I apologize. So I want to buzz through these topics for you because I want to be respectful of your time. All right, so let's get into this quick poll here and talk about this new poll that was just released today, talking about the performance of the administration and how Americans are actually feeling right now. So this was a CBS poll, and it was just released a little bit earlier today. Let me walk you through some of these numbers. Now again, there were about, from what I saw, it looked like there were about 3,000 respondents. So not like a huge sample size, but at the same time, you know, a decent amount of people. So here's what we found. 40% of respondents said that the administration's actions are making them nervous. Meanwhile, 25% of respondents said that the administration is making them feel safe and relaxed. At the same time, 75% of respondents said that they think America is doing poorly as a whole. That's a huge number. 75%? That's a large percentage of people out there that are thinking America is not doing that great right now. Well, they also asked respondents how they feel about the administration and their handling of the COVID situation. 51% of people said it's poor, while 49% of people said they're satisfied. At the same time, 70% of people said that handling the inflation situation would give them a better response and attitude toward the administration. So this kind of wraps it up and I feel like, you know, interesting poll with a lot of interesting statistics and percentages. So again, that was just released today. There's a lot of different polls out there. And please remember, I don't take sides in my videos. I'm simply telling you the polls, the information, and everything that I'm finding out there while I do my research. But I do bring you the most non-biased information that I possibly can in my videos because honestly, you don't really care about my opinion. You want the actual facts, the information, and that's exactly what I bring to you in these videos. So with that being said, let's bring my wife in, Corey, so she can read that new updated list of shout-outs for all of those names pulled right out of the fan club. By the way, if you're interested in checking that out, there is a link down in the description to check out the fan club. Otherwise, at the top of the comment section, you can check it out there as well. But please remember, this is optional. All the videos here on the channel are 100% free. They always have been and always will be. So make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video so you don't miss any videos going forward. as things are changing very rapidly right now, and I want to make sure that you stay tuned with everything going on, because ultimately, whether we like it or not, unfortunately, all of this is going to impact us in some way, shape, or form, and we've got to know what's going on. Also, feel free to check out any of the other 2,000 videos here on the channel, and of course, share them with your friends, family, and social media. All right, with that being said, Corey, take it away, and congratulations to the shoutouts in this video, and remember, this list is updated every single video. It is changing. All right, Corey, it's all you. Take it away.
Today we are shouting out Jonathan Prince, Charles Carter, Rocket Raccoon, Jane Smith, Rebecca Davis, and Tamara Chickenoff. Thank you for being members of the fan club.